G'day, mate. Welcome to Brave Tarot, and Merry Christmas. I actually recorded a huge Christmas meditation yesterday, but the file got corrupted and it seemed like it wasn't meant to come out for some reason. So I hope you had a good Christmas, and if you spent it alone, know that it's because you're being forged into a leader of the future. That's basically what the whole reading was about. But today I've got a slightly different, for me, type of reading, because I never go into the past. I usually tell you what it looks like you should do or what you're being encouraged to do, and that is the case here. But today I have a very clear message that you've done something that is good for you. I'll explain. So usually when I channel for this channel, I see us in a giant dust bowl, like a real Mad Max kind of intense, brave energy. And I'll be on a megaphone, and then whoever needs to hear the message in my mind's eye will appear before me in this dust bowl, and then I'm reading them. And so today I saw this huge cartoon wave sweep through the dust bowl. And it feels like you've done something on such a profound, multi-dimensional level, like on multiple dimensions of your consciousness. You've done something that cleansed your situation and your spirit, and you'll know that you've done this. It doesn't have to be that obvious, but you'll know on some level if you're hearing me say this and you're like, I think that is me. I pulled stop, protection, and space as the first three cards, and they feel like reassuring you to say that whatever you did over the past week, meditatively, metaphysically, you've created a huge shake-up in what is usually the pattern of your signal and your lifestyle. And the guidance right now is to sit back and just give it a small cycle to process, because the effects of this change aren't going to be obvious to you just yet. They might not even be reflected at all. And the matrix, it replies to you like an echo, right? It's a mirror, but it's a delayed mirror. So whatever action you make now will be slowly reflected. Could be over months, could be over years. But it takes time for things to rearrange around you. If there's some kind of revelation that you've had, or some kind of decision that you've set in stone about who you want to be now and how you're going to focus your attention, there's this kind of retroactive change that's about to occur where, because you made this internal decision, the field is already moving in a completely different direction. It's kind of like you're in a little dinghy and you're rowing the boat, and you've gone down this channel, and now you've decided to turn around. And so you need to row back to get to this other direction. But it's kind of like the water's got this whirlpool feeling where it's going to push you on its own. So you don't have to do the rowing back to center to choose a new path. It's like there's this whole new path, but it's just not going to be clear for a while, and you need to hold tight and let these changes process across all of the different dimensions and layers of you. Now, there's another little thing that's coming through that seems kind of irrelevant, but maybe someone needs to hear. Sorry, my words are really all over the place today. I don't know what that's about. There's another little thing that wants to come through, which feels kind of irrelevant, but it could be for somebody here. If you feel like you can't relax or be peaceful because of someone, someone specific is in your field and in your mind, and the thought of them comes up and you get so annoyed because you're like, I want space and peace and freedom, I want you to consider that your thoughts of this person are actually emanations of your own protective mechanism, and your mind is trying to protect you by preemptively bringing up the thought of this person. So every time they come into your field, don't get annoyed that you're thinking of them. Relax and notice the feeling that it is your own sense of safety and self-protection that's coming up, and it looks like a thought of them, but it's actually your own overactive mind trying to protect you and make you feel safe. And every time you connect to that, that will help the thoughts of this person dissipate. So just notice the feeling in your heart. Notice how, like, you're using the thoughts of them as a shield to prevent you from the actual person and their actual energy getting in. So even though it might look the same, it's got a different internal source. So that's just food for thought for someone. Let's get back to where we were. So there's this sense that time will create the current or the momentum on this particular situation or theme of your life, because you've made this deep internal change and this decision that you're ready to align with whatever path is what you want to be in front of you. And it's something like the universe can see that and it can feel that, and it's rearranging in the background as we speak. And on this particular occasion, it doesn't feel to be asking for your action. It feels to be asking for your cooperation and your surrender and your acceptance. And actually what I'm seeing, this is a very strong message now. The field wants you to move with elimination at this point. Instead of action, forwards movement, and choices, it wants you to drop away the things that aren't in your favor. So if you get into a meditative state and you just start listing them out, like, it will come out really obviously. It will be connections with people that are making your field confusing. Commitments to family or friends where you are overextending your energy and you're not getting anything back. Holding lots of doors open behind you and not wanting to close any because you're worried that you're going to lose the option. That is the biggest one. So because if we keep thinking of water as the metaphor here, if you keep all your doors open, right, these back doors behind you, say these other career options, these other little businesses that you're keeping on the side just in case it blows up, if you keep them open, they all have a different current. Like the water is a different color and it goes in a different direction. And if you keep them all open, you are swimming in a mix of all these different types and currents and colors. But if you close the door behind you and you just choose the one that fits and the one that you know, like, if you're genuinely committing to this decision the way you feel like you are, you will close. Why can't I speak properly today, guys? You'll close every other door behind you that is not that, and you will release the options. You will let go of all the alternatives because they keep open loops in your mind. You need to close all the loops, you need to close all the doors, and you need to then relax and let this one current of the one thing that you want sweep you and take you over. So while the advice is kind of like don't do anything, it is take away the things that you don't need to be doing. And that is an action in itself, because that's a big commitment, and it's very hard to do those things when they are difficult and they involve other people and you need to close these doors. That can be very scary, and that is another strong signal that reduces noise in your field. So whatever you've done has made a major impact and it's really, really good, but that is the last little step that's required for you to be able to bathe cleanly in these fresh new waters. I think that is all that wants to come through for today. Please check out my one-to-one readings in the links below. Be brave, and I'll see you in the next reading.